Hi guys, so I'm doing something a little different today. Um, I bought this lift, this 4-post car lift in April, and from China on Alibaba. It's a 9,000 pound capacity lift with two 4,500 pound pneumatic jacks, sliding jacks, and it took a couple of months to get here. I actually received it 2 weeks before going to my trip to Madagascar, and it cost about $4,000, including shipping from China to get to the United States, and that's when the money really started piling up. Once it got to the United States, there was tariffs and customs and all these things I had to pay. Plus, they had to separate it from the container, and every company that touched this unit until it got to my house, had their hand out for a piece of the pie. So I ended up spending an extra $5,000 in shipping and handling, tariffs and customs fees, brokerage fees and all that, till it got to my house. And then, so I spent about $9,000 for it. If I would have ordered it from a company here in the US and had it assembled, because they would usually come out and assemble it for you, this particular unit would have ran me about $12,000. So I saved about $3,000 or so from doing it, going through all the hassles and the hoops and stuff, dealing with customs. Then it only took 2 people to really assemble it, and really to lift this this part right here, to put it in place, because that has the hydraulics and the pulleys, the main pulleys under it, so it's heavier than this one, this ramp here. But once I had one of my foster care kids came and helped me lift that into place, and helped me lift the 2 posts. This, once it was assembled, tied together with this beam, this cross beam, I needed help lifting it in place. But once I lift that into place, and we set these 2 beams, these 2 tracks into place, I really didn't need any more help after that. It was basically a one-man job. And of course I used that adjustable table right there to lift and adjust the jacks, because they're not light, into place. And that's the 1,000-pound capacity table, adjustable table from Harbor Freight Tools. And it worked pretty good. I assembled everything. It took me about 3 days. I wasn't rushing to get it in place. The only thing I really rushed to get into place was just setting these components, the main components in place. But as far as wiring, running the wires and stuff, it came pre-assembled. So I basically just had to remove this, from, and it was already where it was supposed to be, and I just passed it through the bottom here, up, and adjust it at the top. It wasn't really rocket science, so it really came together very easily. I just did it over the course of about 3 days, and since then I've put the Sequoia on there, and actually left it on here while I was in Madagascar, and slightly elevated off the ground, and when I came back it was fine. So that it can handle the Sequoia with ease. Did the minivan, the Mercedes, and the pickup truck, which I use actually to move some of this components from where the pickup truck is about right there, and drove it over here and came into position, a lot of it, and then used a table to kind of set everything into place. made my life a lot easier. So that pickup truck put in some work. But I've put all those vehicles on here and did an oil change on all of them. And I just finished getting the air compressor set up and in place to operate these. So I haven't used the jacks, the sliding jacks as yet, but I know they work because I tested them out. The only thing I don't like about that is the red knob there. That's to release the safety. It's kind of in an odd place, and I wish it was a little bit a better design with that, so I could hold that into position when I'm lowering it without my hand getting into kind of uncompromising situation. But I'll figure that out as I use it more and do an update on that. I use this cover to cover the motor that deals with the hydraulics, and that seems to be working fine. I've seen a lot of videos and people doing that with a bucket. The only thing I don't really like is the lever. I have to hold this lever while lowering the vehicle, and sometimes I have to be, while I'm holding this lever up here, I'm holding that lever down there, and my body gets contorted sometimes, all the time when I reach a certain level, and I have to wait till it gets here, past here, for the safety mechanism to not be able to engage with anything else. I know they sell a replacement part for that where you can release it, where you can lock it into place. But I don't know if I want to get something like that, because it might in case there's a malfunction, I can release that lever and automatically will lock at the next notch on this thing, on the post. But I have the air compressor in here. I'll do another video on that later. I'm still building the shed. There's still some components that I'm missing to finish that, and that's a pretty good video. Once it's done, you'll see how that works and how you can save some money with that. If you have any questions, ask it in the comment section down below. Like and subscribe. Overall, I'm very, very happy with the lift. I'm glad I got it, because now I don't have to bend over and crawl under vehicles and use a jack and lift a jack and carry it around, because them jacks can be fairly heavy. Again, if you have any questions, ask it in the comment section down below. Like and subscribe. You all have a good day.